Angels say, that door closed for a reason. You're being redirected to destiny right now. Someone is reading this and their heart just dropped because a door they desperately wanted to walk through just slammed shut. Maybe it was a job opportunity that fell through at the last second. Maybe it was a relationship that ended when you thought forever was finally within reach. Maybe it was a dream you've carried for years that suddenly crumbled into dust. And in this moment of crushing disappointment, you're asking yourself the question that keeps you awake at 3 in the morning. Why would God let me get this close only to take it away? But here's what the angels want you to know today. And this might sound impossible right now, but I promise you, by the time we finish this conversation together, you're going to understand that closed door isn't punishment, it's protection. And what's waiting on the other side of your heartbreak is bigger, better, and more aligned with your true purpose than anything you've been grieving. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to God's Message Today channel, where we bring you the divine wisdom your spirit needs to hear exactly when you need to hear it. If you're new here, I'm so glad the universe guided you to this moment. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on your notifications so you never miss a message from the divine. These videos are designed specifically for you, someone who's walking through uncertainty, who's questioning why things aren't working out the way you planned, and who's ready to discover that God's delays are actually God's directions. Before we dive deeper into this transformative message, I want you to do something powerful right now. Type in the comments below, I receive. These 2 words activate your spiritual agreement with this message. When you declare what you're open to receiving, you align yourself with divine blessings. The angels are already gathering around everyone who's willing to participate in this moment of faith. So go ahead, comment I receive right now. What we're about to explore together is one of the most misunderstood spiritual principles in the universe. We've been taught to believe that closed doors mean we failed. We've been conditioned to think that rejection is evidence of our unworthiness. We've absorbed the message from our culture that if something doesn't work out, it's because we didn't want it badly enough, didn't work hard enough, or weren't good enough to deserve it. This lie has kept millions of beautiful souls trapped in cycles of shame and self-doubt. But today we're going to demolish that false narrative together. The truth that the angels are broadcasting today is this: every single closed door in your life is actually a redirect from divine intelligence that knows something you don't know yet. God doesn't close doors to punish you. God closes doors to protect you. Think about a time when you were a child and your parent or guardian stopped you from doing something you desperately wanted to do. Maybe you wanted to run into a busy street because you saw something on the other side. Maybe you wanted to touch a hot stove because the glow was beautiful. Maybe you wanted to follow someone who seemed kind but whose intentions were dangerous. You didn't understand their no in that moment. You might have felt angry or rejected or misunderstood. But now, as an adult, you can see that the people who loved you saved your life with their boundaries. They had a perspective you didn't possess. They could see the full picture while you could only see what was directly in front of you. This is exactly what's happening with the doors that are closing in your life right now. God's perspective is infinite. Your perspective is limited to this moment, this day, this current understanding. And divine love sometimes has to say no to protect you from something that looks good, but would ultimately harm you. Listen to what the Apostle Paul writes in his letter to the Romans, and let this penetrate your heart. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This verse from Romans 8:28 contains a cosmic truth. Not some things, not most things. In all things, God is working for your good. But here's what most people miss. God's definition of good isn't limited to your comfort or your timeline or your current desires. God's good includes your evolution, your growth, your spiritual maturation, and your ultimate destiny. Sometimes the greatest good requires the closing of a door that you thought you needed to walk through. When a door closes, something profound is actually happening in the spiritual realm. An angel is redirecting your energy. Your life force, your effort, your hope, and your faith are being rerouted towards something that's actually aligned with your soul's purpose. You see, the universe is far more intelligent than your ego. Your ego wants what it wants, and it wants it now. Your ego judges opportunities by how they look on the surface, the title, the salary, the status, the social media aesthetic. But your soul knows something different. Your soul knows your actual calling. Your soul knows what will actually fulfill you. Your soul knows what will actually make you come alive. And sometimes the only way your soul can communicate with your stubborn, desire-driven ego is through the experience of loss. Jesus speaks about this very principle in the Gospel of Matthew. He says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." This is Matthew 6:33, and it's one of the most powerful reassurances in all of Scripture. When you're grieving a closed door, it feels like God is withholding from you. But what Jesus is actually saying is that when you align yourself with divine principles and divine purposes, when you prioritize righteousness and the kingdom of God above your personal agenda, everything you actually need will come to you. But notice the order. You don't get to pick the door and then ask God to bless it. You get to align with God's kingdom first, and then the doors that open will be the ones that serve your highest good. There's something the angels particularly want me to emphasize today, and I want you to really sit with this because it might trigger something in you that's ready to be healed. We have been taught that persistence always pays off. We've been sold the narrative that if you just keep knocking on a door long enough, it will eventually open. That if you just believe hard enough, visualize clearly enough, work tirelessly enough, the universe will reward your determination. And while perseverance is certainly a powerful spiritual practice, there's a critical difference between perseverance and attachment. Perseverance is about staying committed to your values and your vision, while remaining flexible about the pathway. Attachment is about being locked onto one specific outcome and refusing to accept any alternative. Perseverance is spiritual. Attachment is ego. And the closed door you're experiencing right now might be the universe's way of asking you to choose perseverance over attachment. The prophet Isaiah received a message that speaks directly to this moment in your life. In Isaiah 43:19, God says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Let this verse wash over you." God is literally in the process of creating something new for you, but you can't perceive it yet because you're still facing backward, still looking at the closed door, still grieving what you thought was going to be. The new thing requires you to turn around. It requires you to trust that even though you can't see the way right now, God is already preparing a path for you. You're in the wilderness, yes, but God doesn't abandon you in the wilderness. God makes a way through the wilderness. I want to share something that happens to so many beautiful souls, and if this describes you, please know you're not alone. We often become so attached to a specific door, a specific outcome, a specific relationship or opportunity that we invest massive amounts of emotional energy into manifesting it. We pray about it. We think about it. We plan for it. We visualize it. We talk about it with our friends. We write it down in our manifestation journals. And in the midst of all this focus, we actually miss the subtle whispers from our intuition, trying to guide us in a different direction. Our guides and angels are constantly sending us messages. Sometimes these messages come as unexpected opportunities. Sometimes they come as surprising coincidences. Sometimes they come as that persistent feeling that something is off, even though we can't quite articulate what. But if our attention is completely consumed by one particular door, we can't receive these divine redirects. When a door closes, it's often because your spiritual team, the angels, guides, ancestors, and divine consciousness that surrounds you, has recognized that this door leads somewhere you don't actually want to go once you have all the information. Maybe that job would have consumed you in a way that would damage your relationships and your health. Maybe that relationship was teaching you to shrink yourself and accept less than you deserve. Maybe that opportunity would have taken you further away from your actual calling, not closer to it. When you can't see the big picture, a closed door feels like rejection. When you can see the full picture, that same closed door becomes a profound act of love. The book of Proverbs contains some of the most practical spiritual wisdom ever recorded, and there's a verse that's particularly relevant here. Proverbs 18:12 says, "Before a downfall the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor." This is speaking to something fundamental about spiritual progression. Pride and attachment to outcomes often come before the collapse of those outcomes. But when we surrender, when we get humble, when we admit that we don't have all the answers and we don't know what's best for us, honor actually becomes possible. The closed door is inviting you into humility. And from that place of humility, real honor, real blessing, real alignment, real purpose becomes available to you. Here's what I want you to understand about your destiny. Your destiny isn't a fixed point that you're either moving toward or moving away from. Your destiny is actually a frequency, a vibration, a state of alignment that you're either tuned into or not tuned into. When you're obsessing over a specific closed door, you're broadcasting a frequency of scarcity, of desperation, of this one thing is my only option. That frequency actually attracts more scarcity. It closes your energy to other possibilities. But when you can trust that there are infinite pathways, infinite doors, infinite possibilities, and when you can be present and open to the abundance that's actually trying to reach you, you shift into a frequency of gratitude and readiness. And from that frequency, your destiny becomes obvious. Opportunities that were always there suddenly become visible. People who can help you suddenly cross your path. Synchronicities accelerate. This is not woo-woo. This is literally how consciousness works. Like attracts, like your frequency determines what enters your life. The Psalms contain some of the most honest, raw, spiritual expression ever written. And in Psalm 37:4, we find this promise: take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Notice that the pathway isn't achieve the desire of your heart first, and then you can be happy. The pathway is the reverse. When you take delight in the Lord, when you align with divine joy, divine purpose, divine presence, your desires actually shift. Your heart actually changes what it wants. And what your heart comes to desire is something that's actually available to you, something that's actually aligned with your purpose, something that actually serves your growth. The closed door is redirecting your desires towards something more beautiful than what you were attached to before. I want to bring this into your practical, everyday life because this isn't just philosophical theory. This is real. When you're experiencing a closed door right now, your nervous system is in distress. You're probably oscillating between hope and despair. Between maybe it will still work out and it's over. My life is ruined. This is the most vulnerable moment because from this place of pain, you might start making decisions that are actually driven by fear rather than wisdom. You might start forcing things. You might start pursuing second-best options just to ease the pain. You might start blaming yourself or becoming bitter. The angels want you to know that this moment is actually a sacred pause. This is where you get to choose differently. In the Gospel of John, Jesus gives his disciples a teaching that applies directly to your situation. He says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. This is John 15:5. What's profound about this verse is that Jesus is saying that your productivity, your achievements, your success, all of it comes from remaining connected to the divine source. When a door closes, it might be because you were pursuing something while disconnected from that source. The vine was withering. The nutrients weren't flowing. But when you reconnect with your spiritual center, when you take time to pray, to meditate, to listen, to trust, you become rerouted. And from that rerouted place, new growth becomes possible. Better growth. Aligned growth. The timing of a closed door is never accidental. If you look back at your life, I promise you'll see evidence of this. You'll remember a door that closed that felt absolutely devastating at the time, but now you can see that if it had opened, you would have made different choices, pursued different relationships, ended up in a completely different place, and maybe that place would have kept you smaller. Maybe it would have kept you separated from people who actually love you. Maybe it would have kept you away from your actual calling. The closed door was protection. It was redirection. It was a divine no that made possible a divine yes that was so much better. What the angels are broadcasting today, and what I'm here to deliver to you, is this. You are being redirected to destiny. Not away from it, toward it. Every closed door is clearing obstacles. Every disappointment is recalibrating your direction. Every heartbreak is preparing you for something better. The question isn't why did this door close? The question is, who am I becoming while I wait for the next door to open? What's being refined in me? What's being healed? What's being prepared? Because there's an invisible work happening in the spiritual realm. There's a construction crew of angels working on your behalf. There are divine forces arranging circumstances and orchestrating synchronicities and preparing people to cross your path. You can't see it yet, but it's happening. I want to encourage you to make a conscious choice right now. Choose to trust. Not trust in a specific outcome or a specific timeline, but trust in the divine intelligence that's orchestrating your life. Trust that there's a reason for this pause. Trust that you're not being punished. Trust that you're not being left behind. Trust that the universe is working for you, not against you. And when doubt creeps in, because it will, when fear whispers that you're making a mistake or that this is too hard or that God has abandoned you, I want you to remember the promise in the book of Deuteronomy. Moses tells the people, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." This is Deuteronomy 31:6. God will not forsake you. Not now, not ever. Not in the closed door. Not in the waiting. Not in the uncertainty. Your destiny is waiting. But it needs you ready. It needs you aligned. It needs you connected to your spiritual center. The closed door isn't the end of your story. It's a plot twist. It's the moment where everything changes because you were willing to trust even when you couldn't see. Like the video, if this message resonated with your heart today, comment below the phrase "blessed and ready" to declare that you're accepting this divine redirect. Subscribe to God's Message Today channel because we're posting messages like this regularly, and you deserve to stay connected to the divine guidance that's flowing toward you. Share this video with anyone in your life who's grieving a closed door right now. Send it to the friend who's been crying about the relationship that ended. Send it to the family member who didn't get the job. Send it to anyone whose heart is breaking because they thought they knew what was supposed to happen and the universe said no. They need to hear this message. Click the notification bell so you get updates the moment we post another video. And if what we're doing here resonates with your soul and you want to support this work, please consider sending a super thanks or a donation to help us continue bringing these divine messages to more and more people who are ready to hear them. Here's what I want to leave you with today. The same divine intelligence that created the universe, that set the stars in their places, that gave you your dreams and your gifts and your unique purpose. That same intelligence is in charge of your life right now. It's not punishing you. It's protecting you. It's not withholding from you. It's redirecting you. And the closed door